Hello everybody, AOG Gaming here, back with another video on Dislyte. Um, so right now we're going to be going over the Divinate of Jinyu Yao, Queen Mother, and what it could possibly be changed to because it is a horrible one. So here, let's just show it real quick. Again, using Daddy's free-to-play video, so please go watch it because it is his content, and I don't want to be stealing his content. Start of a round, the bearer has a 50% chance of gaining speed up for one turn. Now, it's very stupid because some other characters, like for example Yun Chuan, he has 100% speed on his divinate. He gains 100% chance on level 3, obviously. So it's like, oh, okay, so it's fine to have speed on Jin Yu Yao. I mean, it's not the best thing ever. Do I feel like if you're gonna give characters a buff, um it should last for 2 turns. And I don't know about speed. I mean, like, yeah, and it's at the start of rounds. So they're very weak. That's my problem, is that they're very weak too. It's like at the start of a round. So it sucks because a lot of espers already have buffs on their third skill, which you're going to be using at the beginning anyway. So yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. So for Jinyu Yao, I feel like they can give her a counterattack on her basic. Um, and it specifically should be when she's being AP controlled, because that's really the only weakness she has. She's one of the best espers in the game. Period. Like R0, R6, R2, whatever. Well, actually, yeah, R2 because she gets the massive AP boost. The R4 is still pretty decent. I mean, I'd say that's a cherry on top because it lets her be a little bit more bruiser. Um, and then yeah, obviously her R6 is really good. But I will say she's pretty easy to AP control. Um, Especially if you have a lot of AP control. That's really her only weakness, I would say, in the game. If you were going to talk about a weakness, but she's pretty much one of the best support characters in the game. She's meta when it comes to tank meta. Next to Hades Hyde, because they're immune to incapacitation, or stuns, basically, which is really good. It's just like the best thing you could ask for PvP specifically, because speed cleave is just so annoying. But yeah, so I think maybe that's what they could do. They could also play into. I mean, I don't know, because they're gonna make her broken if they do anything. So for some of these espers that are broken, they really just need to add a little bit that fixes their weaknesses. But for all the other characters, they can monopolize on whatever to make them more balanced, because they are weaker than a lot of espers. Like the tier list is ridiculous. But yeah, so that's what I think for Jinyu Ya. Like, there's not much you could give her that would make her stronger. Like, she's already like pretty cracked. Maybe you could increase no, yeah, maybe you could increase her healing on herself, because usually you bring her with other healers, obviously, but I would say that's the one thing about her that's takes a lot of investment. You either have to give a lot of you have to put on the Panacea set, which is not recommended. Or you have to give her the Ocean set so she can trigger. Oh no, just to start of a turn. I guess just give her a lot of speed and AP stuff so that she can take a lot of turns. If you really want to use her for healing. So maybe instead, like, she doesn't have to heal the entire team a lot, because I feel like that would just make her broken. Maybe you can let her have recovery when she falls below 50% health. Something like that small, plus the fact that she can counterattack every time she's AP controlled, would be like, she's perfect now. She is perfect everywhere else. She's basically an Esper that everyone's going to need, but she's not like the most broken support in the game that, like, if you don't have her on your team, you're going to lose. Um, so I would say that would be probably the best way to balance her and make her perfect, but up to what developers want. But yeah, and I feel like she does already enough decreasing AP, and she gains a lot of AP, so maybe not that. Um, Honestly, she does enough damage. Like, she does do already enough damage. So I feel like that's it. And the fact is, if they made her counterattack with her when she gets AP controlled, not only would this be strong against AP teams, but it would also make sure that her basic skill stuns and she gains AP. So basically, it just makes her a little bit less vulnerable to the AP comp because that's probably the worst of it. And also, she can get like cleaved, so that sucks. Instead of heal, you could also give her standoff. Like when health falls below 30%, she gains standoff or something. Also, like just something like that. So she gets cleaved, not super easily, but people do tend to put a decent amount of attack on her because her basic does do a decent amount of attack. But yeah, you do want to give her, of course, a lot of HP and not a lot of attack. But people do invest in her attack, so maybe you can give her that last standoff or invincibility, look, whatever you want to give her. Um, and then yeah, basically she'll be able to survive, continue healing your team. And if she heals enough, I think like the healing thing I was a little skeptical about. So I was like, if she heals herself, it's fine because that should mean that you just have to kill her quicker. That's it, which is fine. Usually when you see a Jinyu Yao, when I see a Jinyu Yao, I go after it unless there's like a hide or something worse. But yeah, overall, I'd say she's pretty good at where she is. I still think they need to fix her divinate. The speed thing is kind of meh. If they do end up giving her speed, I would say still do the counterattack on her basic when she's AP controlled, because like I said, she's weak to AP control, especially Apollo. Apollo just kind of wrecks her because they're the same typing. So Apollo usually has 100% accuracy, so he's just gonna keep pushing her AP down. It's just disgusting. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. And then just all the AP added of that, it just makes her take less turns. And then you can just control her team still because yeah, she gains AP, but she doesn't gain it fast enough unless even at R6 she doesn't gain it fast enough. If you have a full AP team, so yeah, just doing that would make her weaknesses covered and well rounded. Um, but yeah, I think that's all my opinion I have on Jin Yu. So making sure that she's able to survive any speed cleave, at least one round at when you max it out. I think that's it. But it's only one turn and it only happens once because if it happens over and over again, it's gonna make it broken. So she gains standoff, when her HP falls below 30% and only once. um, and then of course she gets the counterattack with the AP control. You could also do it when her HP also. So like she gets the counterattack when she's AP control, and when her HP falls below 30%, she will counterattack as well as gain standoff or invincibility. Or well, yeah, I think that's pretty much all you can do because you can still buff strip it. So the thing is, it's not broken. So it'll make characters like Biondina a little bit more prevalent because you're gonna need to buff strip now for these characters. And they could add more buff strips to as like I said, as the divinates, which would not only it wouldn't counteract it would counteract, but you would need specific heroes to counteract specific heroes. So you would have to play the game a lot. So there's a lot of RNG involved and still technically pay to win, but if you play the game, you grind the game. It should be easy. The only thing is they have to do the same. They have to basically do the exact same thing I'm saying to the epic espers. We will be getting to those. But yeah, those might take a little bit longer to get to because we have to get through every single legendary. So I might get through all of those today, but this will be like the last few videos I post before the computer for sure because I may be posting a lot, and they're not that long, but it's a lot of videos. So yeah, that's what they do. That's what they should do with Jinyu Yao. Um, yeah, I feel like that covers all her weaknesses and doesn't make her broken enough that she's just gonna be another one of those espers that's on the Tever TA and I guess Toland list. Like just those just disgusting espers where you're like, okay, well, all right, well, I think that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. 117 subscribers last time I checked, so you guys are amazing. Keep going. If you're enjoying the content, please like, subscribe, really shows your support. helps me out, and keeps you up to date with my content. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.